Which is even it's even funnier since I'm gay as hell.
Don't judge. Don't kink shame. It's 2020.
Don't knock it till you try it. Oh, I haven't tried it, but like deep their own.
Oh no, I said I am gay as hell. That's why it's weird.
Yeah.
No, you shouldn't. I'm just saying, don't kink shame anyone who's into it. You know, 2020.
Jeremy's a big snowballer. That's what I heard. That's just what I heard.
Whoa.
Yeah, I just love rolling
We
around.
are live now. It was just everything you've just said.
And other
Good.
poems by Maya Angelou.
There's a lot of stuff like that in the script.
Yes. All right. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Quarantine Theater. We are reading Kevin James's Clerks. We have Danny Cox, George Graham, Jeremy Weinreich, Anne Marco, Charlie Bright, Rudy Velasco, Joe Riley, Travis Sanders, and myself, Jack Fields. Let's go. We're all reading a bunch of parts. We'll see how this goes. All right, Clerks by Kevin Smith. The interior of a bedroom, early in the morning hours. A dog is sleeping on a neatly made bed, and a clock reads 20 to 6. A shelf of books holds such classics as Dante's Inferno, Beyond Good and Evil, The Catcher in the Rye, and The Dark Knight Returns. A framed diploma, dusty and unkept, hangs askew on the wall. A snapshot of a girl is stuck in the corner, and a bra weighs one end down. A phone sits quietly atop a bundle of laundry. It suddenly explodes with a resounding ring once, twice, 3 times. A closet door swings open, and a half-clad figure falls out. The phone rings yet again, and a hand falls upon the receiver. Yanking it off the trash, Ken O.C., the rumpled figure, lays with his back to the camera, phone in hand.
Hello? What? No, I don't work today. I'm playing hockey at 2.
The dog yawns and shakes his head.
Why don't you call Randall? Because I'm fucking tired. I just closed last night. Jesus, what time are you going to come in? 12. Be there by 12? Swear.
The picture of a girl leans against a trophy. The picture is decorated with a Play-Doh beard and mustache.
Swear you'll be in by 12 and I'll do it. 12. 12 or I walk.
The phone receiver slams into the cradle. The rumpled figure slowly sits up and remains motionless. He musses his hair and stands. The dog stands and wags its tail. A hand pats its head. The rumpled figure lays down on the bed, and we now see his face. It is the face of Dante. And this is Dante's room. This is Dante's life. Dante grabs the dog and wrestles it.
Next time I get to bed.
He releases the dog and sits up.
Shit.
Cut to the interior of the bathroom minutes later. A steaming shower fills the room and the dog licks water from the toilet. In the kitchen minutes later, a towel-dressed Dante opens the fridge and peers inside. He grabs a half-empty gallon of milk and closes the door. In the kitchen, there is chocolate milk mix heaped into a tumbler and 1 scoop, 2 scoops, 3 scoops, 4 scoops. In the bedroom, Dante gulps his breakfast while feeling inside the closet for some clothes. The dog laps at the small puddle of chocolate. In the hallway, Dante's feet are hastily covered. In the driveway, a car backs out of the driveway and speeds down the street. Cut to a convenience store in the morning. The car pulls up with a screech. Feet descend to the ground from the open door, and keys jam into a lock and open it. Dante lifts the metal shutter, revealing the door. He opens it and grabs 2 bundles of papers, throwing them inside the store. In the convenience store, a very dark room, barely lit by the daylight. Suddenly, the light flicks, revealing the glorious interior of the convenience store. The cat looks at Dante and he passes the camera. The paper bundle is snapped upon with a knife. Newspapers slam into the appropriate racks. One rack remains empty. A coffee filter is placed in a metal pot. The empty newspaper rack with the heading Asbury Park Press seems out of place among all the other stacks of papers. Dante rubs his chin and stares puzzled. He rolls his eyes as it occurs to him.
Yeah.
In the convenience store, a newspaper machine. Through murky glass, a thin metal grating, we see Dante approach. He stops and drops a quarter in the slot. He pulls down and finally allowing us a clear view as he reaches towards the king. Dante pulls a stack of newspapers from Asbury Park Press vending machine and struggles to hold them all in one hand as he lets the door slam shut. He takes a step back to grab another coin. In the convenience store that morning, the paper is dropped into the once empty rack with a resounding flop. The quarter drops back into the register drawer. Dante tries to jam the key into the window of his shutter lock, but he locks down at it.
Shit.
The lock is gummed up with gum or something hard and obtrusive like gum, preventing the key from being inserted. Dante looks around and kicks the shutter angrily. Cut to a can of shoe polish being grabbed from the shelf. Dante dips his fingers in the shoe polish and writes large letters on the unfurled sheet, leaning on the cooler. Dante stands on a garbage can and tucks a corner of the sheet under the awning. He jumps down and the banner reads, "I assure you, we're open." The door sign shifts from closed to open. The clock reads 6:20. Dante leans behind the counter. The morning routine completed, he stares ahead, catatonic, then drops his head in his hands. The day has begun. The store with its makeshift banner looming in the dim morning hour just after dawn when a car drives up. Dante waits on a customer. He is an activist buying coffee.
Thanks. Have a good one.
Do you mind if I have a drink? If I drink this here?
Sure, go ahead.
The customer leans on a briefcase and drinks his coffee when another customer leans in the door.
Are you open?
Yeah.
Pack of cigarettes.
Are you sure?
Am I sure?
Are you sure?
Am I sure about what?
Do you really want to buy those cigarettes?
Are you serious?
How long have you been smoking?
What is this, a poll?
Beats me.
How long have you been a smoker?
Since I was 13.
I'd say you're about 19, 20. Am I right?
What the hell is that?
That's your lung. By this time, your lung looks like this.
You're shitting me.
You think I'm shitting you?
That,
What's
yeah,
It's a trach ring. It's what they install in your throat when throat cancer takes your voice box. This one came out of a 60-year-old man.
Nah.
He smoked until the day he died. He used to put the cigarette in this thing and smoke it that way.
Excuse me, but
This is where you're heading, a cruddy lung, smoking through a hole in your throat. Do you really want that?
Well, if it's already too late. Then...
It's never too late. Give those cigarettes back now and buy some gum instead. Here, Chuli's gum. Try this.
It's not the same.
It's cheaper than cigarettes, and it certainly beats this.
Jesus.
It's a picture of a cancer-ridden lung. Keep it.
I'll just take the gum.
55.
You've made a wise choice. Keep up the good work.
Maybe you should take that coffee outside.
No, I think I'll drink it in here. Thanks.
You're going to drink it in here. I'd appreciate it if you not bother the customers.
Okay. I'm sorry about that.
another customer enters.
Pack of cigarettes. What's that?
This? How long have you been smoking?
Cut to a blank wall. Jay steps into frame, followed by Silent Bob. Jay pulls off his coat and swings it into the arms of Silent Bob. Jay then throws down with a makeshift slam dance, spinning his arm and fake hitting Silent Bob.
You need some tits and ass, yeah!
Silent Bob lights a smoke.
I feel good today, Silent Bob. We're gonna make some money, and then you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go to that party and get some pussy. I'm gonna fuck this bitch, that bitch. I'll fuck anything that moves.
Silent Bob points to something off screen.
What are you looking at? I'll kick your fucking ass. Doesn't that motherfucker still owe me $10? Tonight you and me are gonna take that fucker's head, and take out his fucking soul. Remind me if he tries to buy something from us to cut it with leaves and twigs, or fucking shit in the motherfucker's bag.
Some girls walk past.
Sup, sluts? Damn, Silent Bob, you one rude motherfucker, but you cute as hell. I want to go down on you, suckle you, and then I want to line up 3 more guys, make like a circus seal.
Jay makes Blowjob faces an imaginary line of guys looking quite like a performing seal. He throws a little humming sound behind each nod. He then hops up quickly.
Ew, you fucking asshole. I fucking hate guys. I love women. Snooch.
A guy comes up behind them.
You selling? I got hits, hash, weed, and later on I'll have some shrooms. We take cash or stolen MasterCard and Visa.
Cut to a small crowd at the convenience store, gathering around the activist as he orates. It has become something of a rally.
You're spending what? $20? $30 a week on cigarettes.
40.
53.
$53? Would you pay someone that much money every week to kill you? Because that's what you're doing now by paying for the so-called privilege to smoke.
We all gotta go sometime.
It's that kind of mentality that allows the cancer-producing industry to thrive. Of course, we're all gonna die someday, but do we have to pay for it? Do we have to actually throw hard-earned dollars on a counter and say, please, please, Mr. Merchant of Death, sir, please sell me something that will give me bad breath, stink up my clothes, and fry my lungs?
It's not that easy to quit.
Of course not. Not when you have people like this mindless cretin so happy and willing to sell you nails for your coffin.
Hey, now wait a sec.
Now he's going to launch into this rap about how he's just doing his job following orders. Friends, let me tell you about another bunch of hate mongers. We're just following orders. That's all they were doing. They were called Nazis, and they practically wipe a nation of people from the earth, just like cigarettes are doing now. Cigarette smoking is the new Holocaust, and those that partake in the practice of smoking or selling the wares that promote it are the Nazis of the 90s. He doesn't care how many people die from it. He smiles. You pay for your cancer sticks, and he says, have a nice day.
I think you better leave now.
You want me to leave? Why? Because somebody is telling it like it is? Somebody's giving these fine people a wake-up call?
You're loitering in here and causing a disturbance.
You're the disturbance, pal. And here, I'm buying some, what's this? Chuli's gum. There. I'm no longer loitering. I'm a customer engaged in a discussion with other customers.
Yeah, now shut up so we can speak.
Oh, he's scared now. He sees the threat we present. He smells the change coming and the loss of sales when the non-smokers finally demand satisfaction. We demand the right to breathe cleaner air.
Yeah.
We'd rather chew our gum than embrace slow death. Let's abolish this heinous practice of sucking poison in its mean ruffling the feathers of a convenience store idiot. Then so be it.
That's it. Everybody out.
We're not moving. We have a right, a constitutional right to assemble and be heard.
Yeah, but not in here.
What better place than this to stamp it out? You got to start at the source.
Like I'm responsible for all the smokers.
The ones in this town? Yeah. You encourage their growth, their habit. You're the source in this area, and we're shutting you down for good. For good. Cancer merchant.
Cancer merchant. Cancer merchant.
Cancer merchant. Cancer merchant.
Veronica enters and surveys the mess. The crowd throws cigarettes at Dante, pelting him in the face. Suddenly, a loud blast is heard, and white powder explodes over the throng. Everyone turns to face Veronica as she stands in one of the freezer cases holding a fire extinguisher.
Who's leading this mob?
The crowd looks among themselves and someone points to OC. That guy.
Freeze!
Veronica jumps off the freezer case, training the nozzle of the extinguisher on the activist.
Let's see some credentials. Slowly.
He pulls out a business card and hands it to her.
You're Chuli's gum representative? Are you stirring all of this anti-smoking sentiment to what? Sell more gum? Get out of here.
He flees, and she blasts him with one more chemical as he exits.
And you people, don't you have jobs to go to? Get out of here and go commute!
The crowd sheepishly exits one by one, offering apologetic glances to Dante, who tries to regain his composure. Veronica watches the crowd disperse and is disgusted.
You ought to be ashamed of yourselves, easily led automatons, trying to think for yourself before you pelt an innocent man with cigarettes.
She sets the fire extinguisher down next to Dante. He's sitting on the floor with his head in his hands.
It looks like Tiananmen Square in here for a second. Thank you, Veronica. You saved me from an extremely ugly mob scene. Okay, champ. What's wrong? All right, stupid question, but don't you think you're taking this a bit too hard?
Too hard? I don't have enough indignities in my life. People start throwing cigarettes at me.
Hey, at least they weren't lit.
I hate this fucking place.
Then quit. You should be going to school anyway.
Please, Veronica, last thing I need is a lecture at this point.
All I'm saying is that you're unhappy. You should leave.
I'm not even supposed to be here today.
I know. I stopped by your house and your mom said you left at like 6 or something.
Guy got sick and couldn't come in.
Don't you have a hockey game at 2?
Yes, and I'm going to play like shit because I didn't get a good night's sleep.
Why did you agree to come in then?
I'm only here until 12, then I'm gone. The boss is coming in.
Why don't you open the shutters and get some sunlight in here?
Somebody jammed the locks with gum.
You're kidding.
Bunch of savages in this town.
You look bushed. What time did you go to bed?
I don't know, like 2:33?
What were you doing up so late?
Huh? Nothing.
What were you doing?
Nothing. Jesus, I got to fight with you now?
Who's fighting? Why are you so defensive?
Who's defensive? Would you just hug me? All right, your boyfriend was accosted by an angry mob. He needs to be hugged. What? What is that?
She called you, didn't she?
Oh, be real. Would you please hug me? I just went through a very traumatic experience and I haven't been having the best day so far. Now, come on. What? What's with that look? I wasn't talking to anyone, especially her. Look at you being all sort of, I don't know, standoffish. Fine, you don't trust me. Don't hug me. I see how it is. All right, pissy pants. You just go on being suspicious and quiet. I don't even want to hug you at this point. Give you $1?
In the convenience store, a note is on the counter next to a small pile of money, and it reads, "Please leave money on the counter. Take change when applicable. Be honest." Dante and Veronica are slumped on the floor behind the counter. Veronica holds Dante in her arms, his head on her chest. Change is heard hitting the counter.
Thanks.
The door is heard opening and closing as a customer is leaving.
How much money did you leave up there?
Like $3 in mixed change, a couple of singles. People only get the paper or coffee this time of morning.
You're trusting.
Why do you say that?
How do you know they're taking the right amount of change or even paying for what they take?
Theoretically, if people see money on the counter and nobody around, they think they're being watched.
Honestly, honesty through paranoia. Why do you smell like shoe polish?
I had to use shoe polish to make that sign. The smell won't come off.
Do you think anyone can see us down here?
Why, you want to have sex or something?
Ooh, can we?
Really?
I was kidding.
Yeah, right. You can't get enough of me.
Typically male point of view.
How do you figure?
Oh, you show some bedroom proficiency and you think you're gods. What about what we do for you?
Women? Women as lovers are all basically the same. They just have to be there.
Be there?
Making a male climax is not all that challenging. Insert somewhere close and preferably moist, thrust, repeat.
How flattering.
I'm making a woman come, therein lies a challenge.
Oh, you think so?
Girl makes a guy come, it's standard. A guy makes a girl come, it's talent.
And I actually date you.
Something wrong?
I'm insulted. Believe me, Don Juan, it takes more than that to get a guy off. Just being there, as you put it, is not enough.
It's a nerve.
I'm astonished to hear you trivialize my role in our sex life.
I wasn't directed at you. I was making a broad generalization.
You were making a generalization about broads.
These are my opinions based on my experiences with the few women who were good enough to sleep with me.
How many?
How many what?
How many girls have you slept with?
How many different girls? Didn't we already have this discussion once?
We might have. I don't remember. How many?
Including you?
It better be up to and including me.
12.
You slept with 12 different girls?
Including you, yes. What the hell was that for?
You're a pig.
Why'd you hit me?
Do you know how many different men I've had sex with?
Do I get to hit you after you tell me?
3.
3?
3 including you.
You only had sex with 3 different people.
I'm not the pig that you are.
Who?
You!
Oh, who were the 3 besides me?
John Franson and Rob Stanslick?
Wow, that's great. That's something to be proud of.
I am, and that's why you should feel like a pig. You men make me sick. You sleep with anything that says yes.
Animal, vegetable, or mineral?
Mineral meaning or vegetable meaning paraplegic?
Well, they do put up the least amount of struggle.
After dropping a bombshell like that, you owe me a big.
All right, name it.
I want you to come with me on Monday.
Where?
To school. There's a seminar about getting back into a scholastic program after a lapse in enrollment.
Can't we ever have a discussion without that coming up?
It's important to me, Dante. You have so much potential that just goes to waste in this pit. I wish you'd go back to school.
Jesus, would you stop? You make my head hurt when you talk about this. Shit, why are we getting up?
Unlike you, I have a class in 45 minutes.
Enter a handsome young man, William. He's standing at the counter. Veronica reacts.
William!
Ronnie, how are you? You work here now?
No, I'm just visiting my man. Dante, this is William Black. This is Dante Hicks, my boyfriend.
How are you? Just a soda?
Yeah, and a pack of cigarettes. Are you still going to Seton Hall?
Oh, no, I transferred to Monmouth this year. I'm tired of missing him.
Do you still talk to Sylvan?
I just talked to her on Monday. We still hang out on the weekends.
Oh, that's beautiful, man. Well, listen, you two lovebirds, you take it easy, all right?
I will. Take it easy.
All right, bye.
Bye. That was Snowball.
Why do you call him that?
Sylvan made it up. It's a blowjob thing.
What do you mean?
After he gets a blowjob, he likes to have the cum spit back into his mouth while kissing. It's called snowballing.
He requested this?
He gets off on it.
Sylvan can be talking to anything.
Why do you say that?
Well, like you said, she snowballed him.
Sylvan? No. I snowballed him.
Yeah, right.
I'm serious.
Suck that guy's dick?
Yeah. How do you think I know he liked?
You said you only had sex with 3 guys. You never mentioned him.
That's because I never had sex with him?
You sucked his dick.
We went out a few times. We didn't have sex, but we fooled around.
Oh my God. Why did you tell me you only slept with 3 guys?
Because I did only sleep with 3 guys. That doesn't mean I just go with people.
Oh my God. I feel so nauseous.
I'm sorry, Dante. I thought you understood.
I did understand. I understand that you slept with 3 different guys, and that's all you said.
Please calm down.
How many?
Dante,
How many dicks have you sucked?
let it go.
How many?
All right, shut up a second and I'll tell you. Jesus, I didn't freak like this when you told me how many girls you fucked.
This is different. This is important. How many? Well,
Something like 36.
what? Something like 36?
Lower your voice.
What the hell is that anyway? Something like 36? Does that include me?
37.
I'm 37?
I'm going to class.
37? My girlfriend sucked 37 dicks.
In a row?
Hey, where are you going?
Hey, listen, jerk, until today, you never knew how many guys I'd slept with because you never even asked. And then you act all nonchalant about fucking 12 different girls. Well, I never had sex with 12 different guys.
No, but you sucked enough dick.
Yeah, I went down on a few guys.
A few.
And one of those guys was you. The last one, I might add, which, if you're too stupid to comprehend, means that I have been faithful to you ever since we met. All the other guys that went before you, before I met you. So if you want to have a complex, let it go. Or I'm sorry, if you want to have a complex about it, go ahead. But don't look at me like I'm the town whore because you were pretty busy with yourself before you met me.
Why did you have to suck their dicks? Why didn't you just sleep with them like any decent person?
Because going down, it's a big deal. I used to like a guy, we'd make out, and sooner or later I'd go down on him. But I only had sex with the guys that I loved.
Feel sick.
I love you. Don't feel sick.
Every time I kiss you now, I'm gonna taste 36 other guys.
I'm going to school. Maybe later you'll be a little more rational.
37? I just can't.
Bye, Dante.
She exits in a huff. Dante stands there in silence for a moment. Then he swings the door open and yells out.
I had to suck any more dicks on your way through the parking lot.
Two men have been walking in the opposite direction outside and double back and head in the direction Veronica went.
Hey, you, get back here.
Cut to a convenience store during the day, a video cassette encased in the customary black box flips repeatedly, held out by an impatient grasp. The impatient customer glares at Dante, and Dante studies a copy of Paradise Lost, making a strong attempt at noticing the glare.
I thought that place was supposed to be open at 11 o'clock. It's 20 after.
I called his house twice already. He should be here soon.
It's not like a demanding job. I'd like to get paid to sit on my ass and watch TV. The other day I walked in there and that son of a bitch was sleeping.
I'm sure he wasn't sleeping.
You calling me a liar?
No, he was probably just resting his eyes.
What the hell is that? Resting his eyes? It's not like he's some goddamn air traffic controller.
Actually, that's his night job.
Such a wise ass, but go ahead, crack wise. That's why you got jock eyeing a register in some fucking local convenience store instead of doing an honest day's work. I got no more time to bullshit around waiting for that son of a bitch. You make sure that this gets back. The number's 812 Wentworowski, and I wanted to get a goddamn movie too.
But just tell me the title of your rental choice. I'll have him hold it for you.
Don't hurt yourself. I'm going to Big Choice Video instead.
He storms out, and Dante lifts a ring of keys from the counter.
Got your keys.
The half-filled trash can swallow the rings of keys. Cut to another video-anxious customer who leans against the video store door. A hapless Randall drifts by and stops. He glances at the door, peers inside, and gives the door a tug. The guy ain't here yet.
You're kidding. It's almost 11:30.
I know, I've been here since 11.
Man, I hate it when I can't rent videos.
I would have went to Big Choice, but the tape I want is right there on the wall.
Which one?
Dental School.
You came for that too? That's the movie I came for.
I have first dibs.
Says who?
Says me. I've been here for half an hour. I'd call that first dibs.
Ain't gonna happen, my friend. I'm getting that tape.
Hell.
I bet you $20 you don't get to rent that tape.
$20.
$20.
All right, asshole, you're on. Randall walks away, and the very anxious customer stands like a sentry at post. The impatient customer storms up.
You see a pair of keys lying around here somewhere?
Cut to Randall to the convenience store. Randall dances in, attempting a soft shoe routine. He sees Dante and stops dead mid-shuffle.
You're late.
What the hell are you doing here? I thought you were playing hockey at 1.
The boss called. Arthur fell ill.
Why are the shutters closed?
Someone jammed gum in the locks.
Bunch of savages in this town.
That's what I said.
Shit, if I had known you were working, I would have come in even later.
A pile of video cassettes is plopped onto the counter with a single key on top. Randall balances the pile of tapes on his head.
What time do you have to stay till?
He assured me that he'd be here by 12.
It smells like shoe polish.
Go open the store.
The impatient customer stops Randall.
Hey, did you see a set of keys lying around here?
No time for love, Dr. Jones.
Fucking kids.
The very anxious customer now sits on the ground next to the video store. Randall balances his burden and shoves the key into the lock. The very anxious customer stares as Randall enters the store. The door closes behind him, only to be held ajar in a gentlemanly fashion with a few moments later. Randall smiles. At the convenience store, a coffee filter is shoved into the metal pan and someone heaps ground coffee on it. We've seen this same routine before. Dante crosses back to his post as Randall enters, tossing the key into the air happily and catching it. He picks the cat up.
Some guy just came in refusing to pay late fees. He said the store was closed for 2 hours yesterday. I tore up his membership.
Shocking abuse of authority.
I'm a firm believer in the philosophy of a ruling class, especially since I rule. Is the pelican flying?
Don't screw with it. It makes us look suspicious.
I can't stand a voyeur. I'll be back.
Cut to the back room. In the VCR, a faraway wall is the only thing we see, but mild gruntings give away an ascension of sorts. Randall's head rises into view as he's climbing a ladder. He stops and looks into the lens. The Pelican is a VCR that's hooked up to a surveillance camera. It records quickly. A hand reaches into the frame and shuts it off. Randall is pulling a soda from the cooler at the convenience store.
Want something to drink? I'm buying.
No thanks.
Who was on your phone this morning at about 2:30? I was trying to call for half an hour.
Why?
Wanted to use your car. Steak cake?
Dante sits in his seat beside the register, and Randall grabs a paper and joins him behind the counter.
You don't want to know.
You called Caitlin again.
She called me.
Did you tell Veronica?
One fight a day with Veronica is about all I can stomach, thanks.
What did you two fight about?
I guess it's not really fighting. She just wants me to leave here, go back to school, get some direction.
I'll bet the most frequent topic of arguments is Caitlin Bree.
When?
I'm going to offer you some advice, my friend. Let the past be the past. Forget Caitlin Bree. You've been with Veronica for how long now?
7 months.
Chick's nuts about you. How long did you date Caitlin?
5 years.
Chick only made you nuts. She cheated on you how many times?
8.5.
8.5?
Party at John K's senior year. I got blitzed and passed out in his bedroom. Caitlin comes in and dives all over me.
That's cheating?
In the middle of it, she calls me Brad.
She called you Brad?
She called me Brad.
That's not cheating. People say crazy shit during sex. One time I called this girl Mom.
I hit the lights and she freaks. Turns out she thought I was Brad Michelson.
What do you mean?
Who's supposed to meet Brad Michelson in a bedroom? She picked the wrong one. She had no idea I was even at the party.
Oh my God.
Great story, isn't it?
The girl was vile to you.
Interesting postscript to that story. Do you know who wound up going with Brad Michelson in the other dark bedroom?
Your mother?
Alan Harris.
Chess team Alan Harris?
The two moved to Idaho together after graduation. They raised sheep.
That's frightening.
It takes different strokes to move the world.
In light of this lurid tale, I don't see how you could even romanticize your relationship with Caitlin. She broke your heart and inadvertently drove two men to deviant lifestyles.
Because there was a lot of good in our relationship.
Oh, yeah?
I'm serious. Aside from the cheating, we were a great couple. That's what high school's all about. Algebra, bad lunch, and infidelity.
You think things would be any different now?
They are. When she calls me now, she's a different person. She's frightened and vulnerable. She's about to finish college and enter the real world. That's got to be scary for anyone.
Oh shit, I've got to go place an order.
Talking to myself here.
No, I'm listening. She's leaving college and
she's looking to me for support, and I think that this is leading our relationship to a new level.
What about Veronica?
I think the arguments Veronica and I are having are some kind of manifestation of a subconscious desire to break away from her, so that I can pursue the possibility of a more meaningful relationship with Caitlin.
Caitlin's on the same wavelength?
I think it's safe to say yes.
I think all four of you had better sit down and talk it over.
All four?
You, Veronica, Caitlin, and Caitlin's fiance.
The headline of the engagement announcement reads, Bree to wed Asian designer major. Cut to the video store during the day. Randall dials the phone and holds a list in his hand.
Yes, I'd like to place an order, please. Thank you.
Excuse me, but do you see videotapes?
What are you looking for?
It's called Happy Scrappy the Hero Pup.
Happy Scrappy.
I'm on the phone with the distributor house now. Let me make sure they have it. What's it called again?
Happy Scrappy the Hero Pup.
Happy Scrappy.
She loves the tape.
Obviously. Yes, hello. This is RST Video, calling customer number 4355029. I'd like to place an order. Okay. I need one each of the following tapes. Whispers in the Wind, To Each His Own, Put It Where It Doesn't Belong, My Pipes Need Cleaning, All Tit Fucking, Volume 8, I Need Your Cock, Ass Worshipping Rim Jobbers, My Cunt in Eight Shafts, Come Clean, Come Gargling, Naked Sluts, Come Buns 3, Coming in a Sock, Come On Eileen, Huge Black Cocks with Pearly White Cum, Slam It Up My Two Loose Ass Blasters, In Outer Space, Blowjobs by Betsy, Sucking Cock and Cunt, Finger My Ass, Play with My Puss, 3 on a Dildo, Girls Who Crave Cock, Girls Who Crave Cunt, Men Alone, To the KY Connection, Pink Pussy Lips, and All Holes Filled with Hard Cock. Oh, and what was the name of that movie?
Happy Scrappy the Hero Pup?
And a copy of Happy Scrappy the Hero Pup. 1649. It'll be here Monday.
Expletive. Cunt.
In the convenience store, Dante carries a little box to be dumped. He pauses mid-strike and lays it on the ice cream chest. Dante picks up the phone and looks at the paper. He dials and waits.
Yeah, I'd like to check on a misprint today's edition. It says Bree to wed Asian design major. No, everything's spelled fine. I just want to know if the piece was a misprint. I don't know, like a typographical error or something.
A customer comes to the counter and waits. He looks at the litter box. A black cat suddenly jumps into it and starts pawing around.
Maybe it's supposed to be Caitlin Bray or Caitlin Bree with one E. I'm just a curious party. I'm an ex-boyfriend. Well, it's just we talk all the time and she never mentioned this engagement, which is why I'm thinking maybe it's a misprint.
The customer continues to watch as the cat takes a huge dump, leaning on its haunches to accommodate the sticky load.
You sure? Maybe there's like a vindictive printer working for you. Meaning like someone maybe, I don't know, asked her out once and got shot down and his revenge is throwing this bogus article in when the paper went to press. Hello?
He hangs up, looks at the paper ruefully, and sniffs the air. Cut to Jay, Silent Bob, and Olaf leaning against a wall at the convenience store.
Not in me. That's what she says. I got to pull out and spank it to get it on. So I blow a nut on her belly and I get out of there just as my uncle walks in. It was such a close call. I tell you what, though, I don't care if she's my cousin. I'm gonna knock those boots again tonight.
Two girls join in.
Oh shit, look who it is. The human vacuum.
Scumbag, what are you doing?
Nothing, just hanging out with Silent Bob and his cousin.
He's your cousin?
Check this out, he's from Russia.
No way.
I swear to God, Silent Bob, am I lying? See, Silent Bob never told a lie in his life.
What part of Russia?
I don't fucking know. What am I, his biographer? Olaf, what part of Russia are you from?
Home.
Moscow. He only speaks Russian?
He knows some English, but he can't not speak it good like we do.
Is he staying here?
He's moving to the big city next week. He wants to be a metal singer.
No way.
Swear. Olaf, metal. That's his fucking metal face. Olaf, girl's nice.
Skrlicht.
That's fucked up.
What did he say?
I don't know, man. He's a fucking character.
He really wants to play metal.
He's got his own band in Moscow. It's called Fuck Your Yankee Blue Jeans or something like that.
That doesn't sound metal.
You gotta hear him sing. Olaf, Berserker. Come on, man, Berserker.
Does he sing in English or Russian?
English. Come on, Berserker. Girls think sexy.
Da da.
He's gonna sing it. This is too funny.
My love for you is like a truck berserker. Would you like some making fuck berserker?
That's fucking funny, man.
Did he say making fuck?
Wait, there's more. Olaf, sing.
My love for you is like a rock berserker. Would you like to smoke some pot berserker? Berserker.
Well, Olaf busts a crimson metal sneer and cackles deeply. Cut to the video store. Randall leans back in his chair, staring up at the TV. The theme to Star Wars is playing. He stands, points the remote, and clicks the TV off, and ponders. Randall locks the door and walks away while Olaf sings for the small crowd.
My love for you is ticking like clock berserker. Would you like to suck my cock berserker?
At the convenience store, Dante is tugging at a can of Pringles potato chips. The can is stuck on a man's hand.
You hold the counter and I'll pull.
Usually I just turn the can upside down.
Maybe we should soap your hand or something.
They ought to put some kind of warning on these cans like they do with cigarettes.
I think it's coming now.
The can pops off and Dante staggers back a few steps. The man rubs his hand.
Thanks. I thought I was going to have to go to the hospital.
I'll throw this out. Precautionary measure.
Stings a little.
A word of advice. Sometimes it's best to just let those hard to reach chips go.
Thanks.
The man exits as Randall enters. Dante throws the canister away.
You know that article is accurate? Caitlin's really getting married.
You know what I just watched?
He's pulling a can off some moron's fist.
Return of the Jedi.
Didn't you hear me? Caitlin really is getting married.
Which did you like better, Jedi or The Empire Strikes Back?
Empire.
Blasphemy.
Empire had the better ending. Luke gets his hand cut off. Finds out Vader's his father. Han gets frozen and taken away by Boba Fett. It ends such a down note. That's life, a series of down endings. All Jedi had was a bunch of Muppets.
There was something else going on in Jedi. Never noticed it until today.
Now what's that?
All right, Vader's boss.
The Emperor.
Right, the Emperor. Now, the Emperor is kind of a spiritual figure, yes?
How do you mean?
Well, he's like the Pope for the dark side of the Force. He's a holy man, a shaman, kind of, albeit a medieval one.
Yes.
Now, he's in charge of the Empire. The Imperial government is under his control, and the entire galaxy is under Imperial rule.
Yeah.
Then wouldn't that logically mean that it's a theocracy? If the head of the Empire is a priest of some sort, then it stands to reason that the government is therefore one based on religion.
They would stand to reason, yes.
Hence, the Empire was a fascist theocracy, and rebel forces were therefore battling religious persecution.
More or less.
The only problem is that at no point in the series did I ever hear Leia or any of the rebels declare a particular religious belief.
I think they were Catholics.
Enter a blue-collar man.
Are you open?
Yeah, come on in.
You know what else I noticed in Jedi?
There's more?
So they built another Death Star, right?
Yeah?
Now, the first one they built was completed and fully operational before the rebels destroyed it.
Luke blew it up. Give credit where it's due.
The second one was still being built when they blew it up.
Compliments of Lando Calrissian.
Something just never sat right with me the second time they destroyed it. I could never put my finger on it, and something just wasn't right.
And you figured it out.
Well, the thing is, the first Death Star was manned by Imperial Army stormtroopers, dignitaries, and the only people on board were Imperials.
Basically.
So when they blew it up, no prob. Evil is punished.
And the second time around?
Second time around, it wasn't even finished. They were still under construction.
So?
A construction job of that magnitude would require a hell of a lot more manpower than the Imperial Army had to offer. And I'll bet there were independent contractors working on that thing. Plumbers, aluminum, siders, roofs.
Not just Imperials is what you're getting at.
Exactly. In order to get it built that quickly and quietly, they'd hire anybody could do the job. Do you ever think the average stormtrooper knows how to install a toilet main? All they know is killing in white uniforms.
All right. So even if independent contractors are working on the Death Star, why are you uneasy with its destruction?
All those innocent contractors hired to do a job, they were killed casualties of war they had nothing to do with. All right, look, you're a roofer and some juicy government contract comes your way. You got the wife and kids and 2-story in suburbia, and this is a government contract, which means all sorts of benefits. All of a sudden, these left-wing militants blast you with a laser and wipe out everyone within a 3-mile radius. You didn't ask for that. You have no personal politics. You're just trying to scrape out a living.
Excuse me, I don't mean to interrupt, but what were you talking about?
Ending of Return of the Jedi.
My friend is trying to convince me that any contractors working on the uncompleted Death Star were innocent victims when the space station was destroyed by the rebels.
Well, I'm a contractor myself. I'm a roofer. Done and ready home improvements. And speaking as a roofer, I can say that a roofer's personal politics comes heavily into play when choosing jobs.
Like when?
3 months ago, I was offered a job up in the hills. A beautiful house with tons of property. It was a simple reshingling job, but I was told if it was finished within a day, my price would be double. Then I realized whose house it was.
Whose house was it?
Dominic Bambino's.
Babyface Bambino, the gangster?
The same. The money was right, but the risk was too big. I knew who he was, and based on that, I passed the job on to a friend of mine.
Based on personal politics.
Right. And that week, the Qureshi family put a hit on Babyface's house. My friend was shot and killed. He wasn't even finished shingling.
No way.
I'm alive because I knew there were risks involved taking on that particular client. My friend wasn't so lucky. You know, any contractor willing to work on that Death Star knew the risks. If they were killed, it was their own fault. A roofer listens to this, not his wallet.
The blue-collar man exits. Dante and Randall remain respectfully quiet for a moment when an angry woman opens the door and pokes her head in.
Is that video store open or not?
At the video store, Randall reads a newspaper. An indecisive customer studies the 2 rental choices she holds. She looks from one movie to the other repeatedly.
They say so much, but they never tell you if it's any good.
Randall hardly stirs and continues to read his paper. The indecisive customer half turns to see if her comment was even heard. She tries again, but this time with a different approach.
Are either of these any good?
Randall,
Sir,
Oh, what?
are either of these any good?
I don't watch movies.
Well, have you heard anything about Either of them?
No.
You've never heard anybody say anything about either movie?
I find it's best to stay out of other people's affairs.
Well, how about these two movies?
No, they suck.
I just held up the same two movies. You're not even paying attention.
No, I wasn't.
I don't think your manager would appreciate this.
I don't appreciate your ruse, ma'am.
I beg your pardon.
Your ruse, your cunning attempt to trick me.
I only pointed out that you weren't paying any attention to what I was saying.
I hope it feels good.
You hope what feels good?
I hope it feels good to be right. There's nothing more exhilarating than pointing out the shortcomings of others, is there?
The indecisive customer wears a face that belies utter disbelief in the audacity of this most lackadaisical video clerk. The unmoving newspaper illustrates the total disinterest of the news-hungry Randall. The indecisive customer shakes her head in disgust and throws the movies back onto the wall.
Well, this is the last time I ever rent here.
You'll be missed.
Screw you.
She storms out. Randall is offended. He hops over the counter and whips the door open.
Hey, you're not allowed to rent here anymore. Screw me.
He reaches behind the counter and grabs a ring of keys. Exiting, he locks the door behind him from the outside, gives it a tug to ensure its security, and storms off the opposite direction from the woman. At the convenience store, Dante is staring open-mouthed at something. Randall hurls the door open and immediately launches into his tirade.
You'll never believe what this unruly customer just said.
Wait,
She's in here?
this guy's looking through all the eggs. Look,
An odd man sits on the floor surrounded by cartons of eggs, all opened. He grabs a carton from the cooler case and pops it open and examines each egg carefully.
this has been going on for 20 minutes.
What's he looking for?
Said he has to find a perfect dozen.
Perfect dozen?
Each egg has to be perfect.
Quest isn't going well.
Obviously not. Look at all the cartons that didn't make the grade.
Why doesn't he just mix and match?
I told him that and he yelled at me.
What did he say?
He said it was important to have standards. He said nobody has pride anymore.
It's not like you laid the eggs yourself.
I'll give him 5 more minutes, then I'm calling the cops. I don't need this, man. I'm not even supposed to be here today.
2 packs of cigarettes.
Dante manages to break his study of the oddity and searches for the smokes. The smoker glances at Randall and then at the oddity. The odd man is spinning an egg on the floor. The smoker looks at Randall.
I'm as puzzled as you are.
I've actually seen it before.
You know him?
Nope.
No, I've seen that behavior before. Looking for the perfect carton of eggs, right?
Yeah, how'd you know?
I'll bet you $1 million that guy's a guidance counselor.
How do you say that?
I was in the food city last year when the same thing happened. Different guy, though. Stockboy told me that the guy had been looking through the eggs for like half an hour, doing all sorts of endurance tests and shit. I asked the kid how nobody called the manager, and he says it happens twice a week, sometimes more.
Get out of here.
I kid you not. They call it shell shock. Only happens with guidance counselors for some reason. Kids said they used to make a big deal about it, but there's no point.
The odd man places a handkerchief over an egg on the floor. He quickly whisks the handkerchief away to reveal the eggs still sitting on the floor.
It said they always pay for whatever they break, and they never bother anybody.
Why guidance counselors?
If your job served as little purpose as theirs, wouldn't you lose it too?
Come to think of it, my guidance counselor was kind of worthless.
See? It's important to have a job that makes a difference, boys. That's why I killed Chinaman for the railroad.
Cut to the empty counter. Then a little girl comes into view, smiling and holding money. She can't be any more than 5. Can I have a pack of cigarettes? Randall, without looking up from his magazine, completes the transaction. The little girl puts a cigarette in her mouth. Randall hands her matches. Dante returns to the counter as the girl skips away. Dante holds a price gun.
Did you ever notice all the prices into 9? Damn, that's eerie.
You know how much money the average jizz mopper makes per hour?
What's a jizz mopper?
He's the guy in those nudie booth joints that cleans up after each guy jerks off.
Nudie booth?
Nudie booth. Never been to the nudie booth?
Guess not.
A female customer pops in onto the counter, and Dante rings her up.
Oh, it's great. You step into this little booth and this window between you and the naked woman, and she puts on this little show for like $10.
Kind of show.
Think of the weirdest, craziest shit you'd like to see chicks do. These chicks will do it all. They insert things in any opening on their body and any opening. He's led a very sheltered life.
Can we talk about this later?
The jizz mopper's job is to clean up the booths afterward because practically everybody shoots a load against the window. And I don't know if you know or not, but come leave streaks. If you don't clean it right away.
This is the last time I come to this place.
Excuse me?
Using filthy language in front of the customers? You should both get fired.
We're sorry, man. We got a little carried away.
Well, I don't know if sorry can make up for it. I found your remarks highly offensive.
Well, you think that's offensive.
Randall flips open a magazine centerfold, a graphic picture of a woman with her vaginal lips and anus spread wide open.
Then check this out. I think you can see her kidneys.
Ma'am, I'm sorry. Please, just wait a second. Ma'am.
The customer is gone. Dante's pursuit stops at the counter, and Dante turns on Randall.
Why do you do things like that? You know she's going to come back and tell the boss.
Who cares? That lady's an asshole. Everybody that comes in here is too uptight. This job would be great if it wasn't for all the fucking customers.
I'm going to hear it tomorrow.
You gotta loosen up, my friend. You'd feel a hell of a lot better if you'd rip onto the occasional customer.
What for? They don't bother me if I don't bother them.
Liar. Tell me there aren't customers that annoy the piss out of you on a daily basis.
There aren't.
How can you lie like that? Why don't you vent? Vent your frustration. Come on, who pisses you off?
It's not really anyone per se. It's more of separate groupings.
Let's hear it.
The milkmaids.
Milkmaids?
Insert a milk handler. A woman pulls out gallon after gallon, looking deep into the cooler for the perfect container of milk.
The women that go through every gallon of milk looking for a later date, as if somewhere beyond all the other gallons is a container of milk that won't go bad for like a decade.
You know who I can do without? Do without the people in the video store.
Which ones?
All of them.
Insert a montage of video jerks. A series of people addressing the camera asking dumb questions.
What would you get for a 6-year-old boy who chronically wets his bed?
Do you have any new movies?
Do you have that one with the guy who was in that movie that was out last year? And they never rent quality flicks. They always pick the most intellectually devoid movie on the rack.
Montage 2 insert. An identical series of customers finding their ideal choices.
Ooh, Home Alone.
Ooh, Hook. Ooh, Navy SEALs.
End insert.
It's like in order to join, they have to have an IQ less than their shoe size.
You think you get stupid questions? You could hear the barrage of stupid questions I get.
Insert 3. Dumb questions. The same series of people.
What do you mean there's no ice? You mean you gotta drink this coffee hot?
How much is this thing that's 99 cents?
Do you sell hubcaps? See, you vented. Don't you feel better now?
No,
Why not?
because my ex-girlfriend is getting married.
Jesus, you have a one-track mind. It's always Caitlin, Caitlin, Caitlin.
Veronica.
Dante gives Randall a shove to shut him up. Veronica enters the store, carrying books and something covered with aluminum foil.
Sorry. What happened to be home by 12?
Well, he still hasn't shown up. Why aren't you in class?
Lit 101 got canceled, so I stopped home and brought you some lunch.
What is it?
Peanut butter and jelly with the crust cut off. What do you think it is? It's lasagna.
Really? You're the best.
I'm glad you've calmed down a bit. Hey, Randall.
37?
Shut up. Yes, I've calmed down. I'm still not happy about it, but I've been able to deal. Why don't you go back to the video store?
You had to tell him, huh?
I had to tell someone. You put it into perspective.
What do you say?
At least he wasn't 36.
That made you feel better?
And he said most of them are college guys I've never met or seen.
The ostrich syndrome. If you don't see it.
It isn't there. Yeah.
Thank you for being rational.
Thank you for the lasagna.
You couldn't get these shutters open?
I called a locksmith. He said the earliest he could get here is tomorrow.
Bummer. Well, I've got to head back for the 1:30 class.
What time do you get finished?
8, but I have a sorority meeting until 9, so I'll be back before you close. Can we go out and get some coffee?
Sure.
Good. I'll see you when you close then. Enjoy the lasagna.
He exits. Dante leans against the magazine rack with his lasagna, contemplative. Randall pops his head in and makes the loud slurping noise again. In the video store, Randall is recommending titles to potential customers.
All right. Now, if you're really feeling dangerous tonight, then Smokey and the Bandit 3 is the movie you must rent.
This doesn't even have Burt Reynolds in it.
Hey, neither did E.T., but that movie was great, right?
Hey, can you come next door? I gotta make a phone call.
Smokey 3, thumbs up. Am I right?
The best Burtless movie ever made.
Cut to the convenience store. The cat is lying on the counter. Pull back to reveal Randall as he rings up an order. The customer pets the cat, smiling.
Ah, he's so cute. What's his name?
Lennon's 2.
Hello, is Mr. Snyder there? This is Dante. Did he say if he was on his way here? Here, the convenience store. No, but the other guy called out this morning, and Mr. Snyder, he asked me to cover until he got here. He said he'd be here by noon, but it's 1:30 now, so excuse me? Vermont? No, that can't be. I talked to him this morning. He left at what time? He really went to Vermont? When the hell was someone going to tell me? He promised he was coming by noon. Jesus, when does he get back? Tuesday? You gotta be fucking kidding me. I got a hockey game at 2, and the fucking shutters are jammed closed, and he's in Vermont? I'm not even supposed to be here today. So I'm stuck here till closing. This is just great. I just can't believe. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to yell at you. No. Now I'll be all right. That's all I can do, right? Thanks.
Randall joins him.
You're
Randall's,
muted, Randall.
Randall's muted.
All right. Vermont?
Can you believe this?
You didn't mention it when he called you this morning?
No, not a fucking word, slippery shit.
So what, you're stuck here all day?
Fuck.
Why'd you apologize?
What?
I heard you apologize. Why? You have every right in the world to be mad.
I know.
That seems to be the leitmotif in your life, ever backing down.
I don't back down.
Yes, you do. You always back down. You assume blame that isn't yours. You come in when called as opposed to enjoying your day off. You buckle like a belt.
You know what pisses me off the most?
The fact that I'm right about your buckling?
I'm gonna miss the game.
Because you buckled.
Shut the hell up with that shit. It's not helping.
Don't yell at me, pal.
Sorry.
See, there you go again.
I can't believe I'm gonna miss the game.
At least we're stuck here together.
Got a customer.
What? What do you want?
Sanford? Dante. I can't play today. I'm stuck at work. I know I'm not scheduled, but just forget it. I can't play. Neither can Randall. He's working too. Wait a second. Do we have to play at the park? Hold on. Feel limber?
Cut to a tape is being rolled around the top of a stick. Laces are pulled tightly. An orange ball is slapped back and forth by a blade. The hockey players fill the convenience store. Some sit on the floor or lean against the coolers, but all are either preparing or practicing. Randall enters wearing his equipment. Dante skates to his side.
Hey, pull my laces tighter.
I gotta tell you, my friend, this is one of the ballsiest moves I've ever been privy to. I never would have thought you capable of such blatant disregard of the store policy.
I told him I had a game today. It's his own fault.
No argument here. Insubordination rules.
I just want to play hockey like I was scheduled to.
Hey, Dante, let me grab a Gatorade.
You grab a Gatorade, then everybody's going to grab it.
So,
So nobody's going to want to pay for these Gatorades.
what do you care? Hey, what smells like shoe polish?
I got a responsibility here. I can't let everybody just grab free drinks.
What responsibility? You're closing the fucking store to play a hockey game.
He's blunt, but he's got a point.
At least let me maintain some semblance of managerial control here.
All I'm saying is if you're going to be insubordinate, you should go the full 9 and not pussy out when it comes to free refreshments.
Right. As if we're suddenly going to have a run on Gatorade.
Fucking A.
All right, Jesus, you fuckers are pushy.
Hey, man, I hear Caitlin's marrying the nation drum major.
Design major.
Can we not talk about this?
Fine by me, but you're living in denial and suppressing rage. Dante said we could drink all the Gatorade for free.
Hey!
Are you going to block the store?
I don't know. You gonna lock the video store?
Look who you're asking here. How are we going to block off the street?
We're not playing in the street.
Where are we going to play?
The sign on the door reads, temporarily closed, be open after first period. The players ascend a ladder adjacent to the door. One by one on the roof, they jump off the ladder and skate around. More players join them. From across the street, we get the full, odd perspective. A store with many men gliding around on the roof. On the roof, Dante skates and passes with another player. Redding stretches, leaning against the sign. Randall pulls his mask on and slaps his glove, urging a shot. Jay and Silent Bob deal to a player. He drops money over the ledge, and Jay throws up a dime bag. Dante holds a ball in the center of the court.
Ready?
Players take position. Sanford comes to the center and holds the ball in drop position. Dante and Redding face off, and the ball is in play. The game begins as the players engage in a savage ballet. Faces are smashed with sticks. Slide tackles are made. Shots are taken. CUs of various players included. The inactive players call out encouragement and slander from the sidelines. Below, a customer tugs on the convenience store door. He reads the sign and then backs up into the street, attempting to peer over the ledge. Above, the game continues. The customer shifts from one foot to the other impatiently, and he grabs the ladder and quickly ascends. Above, from over the ledge of the roof, we see the head of the customer peek. Skating feet pass rapidly before him, and he watches for a moment before calling out.
When's this period over?
8 more minutes.
Are you shitting me? I want to get cigarettes.
Just wait a few more minutes.
Fuck that. I'm going to break my crazy neck on this ladder.
Dante, where are you?
He's busy.
I'll be right back. It's almost over.
What the fuck is this? I want some service.
In a second.
Fuck in a second. This is... Look at you. You can't even pass.
I can pass.
How about covering point? You suck.
Who are you to make assessments?
I'll assess all I want.
Dante, are you in or out?
Don't pass this guy. He sucks. You suck.
Oh, like you're better.
I can whip your ass.
Below, a woman pulls at the door. She peers into the store and faces against the glass.
That's easy to say from over here.
Give me a stick, pretty boy. I'll knock your fucking teeth out and pass all over your ass.
The woman backs up and shields her eyes, looks to the roof.
Is the convenience store open?
No.
No.
There's a stick over there. You're shooting against the goal. Redding, come off and let this fuck on.
A new face-off pits. Dante against the customer. The ball drops between the two and Dante gets flattened. The customer winds up and takes a hard shot. The ball sails off the court, through the air, and into the faraway yard. Dante calls to the sidelines.
Give me another ball.
There are no more.
What the fuck are you talking about? How many balls did you bring?
There was the orange ball and the orange ball.
Are there any balls down there?
Not the biggest pig you ever seen. Snitch.
You only brought one ball?
I thought Redding had like 3 balls.
I thought Dante had the balls.
Nobody has another ball.
Shit.
We get what, 12 minutes of game and it's over? Fuck. I'm not even supposed to be here today.
We still got free Gatorade, right?
Cut to Dante standing on a ladder, replacing a fluorescent light. An old man joins him at the foot of the ladder.
Be careful.
Trying.
You know, the inside of those are filled with stuff that gives you cancer.
So I'm told.
I had a friend that used to chew glass for a living in the circus.
And what, he got cancer by chewing fluorescent bulb glass?
No, he got hit by a bus.
Oh, well, can I help you?
Well, that depends. Do you have a bathroom?
Yeah, but it's for employees only.
I understand, but can I use it? I'm not that young anymore, so I'm kind of, incontent.
Sure, go ahead. It's back through the cooler.
Thanks, son. Say, what kind of toilet paper you got back there?
White kind.
I'm not asking about the color. I mean, is it rough or cottony?
Actually, it is kind of rough.
Rough, eh? Oh, that stuff rips the hell out of my hemorrhoids. Say, would you mind if I took a roll of the soft stuff back there? I see you sell the soft stuff.
Yeah, but
Oh, come on, boy. What's the difference? You said yourself the stuff back there, it's rough.
yeah, okay, go ahead.
Thanks, son. You're a lifesaver. Say, young fella, I hate to bother you again, but can I take a paper or something back there to read? It usually takes me a while, and I like to read while it's going on.
Jesus, just go ahead.
Thanks, young man. You've got a heart of gold.
You probably could have been home already in the time it's taking you to get in there.
Can I trouble you for one of those magazines?
I said go ahead.
No. I mean, the ones there, behind the counter.
The porno mags?
Yeah. I like the cartoons. They make me laugh. They draw the biggest titties.
Here. Now just leave me alone.
Can I have the other one? The one below this one. They show more in that one.
Here.
Thanks, son. I appreciate this.
The old man walks off. We hear the back door open and close, then the front door does the same. Randall joins Dante.
Hell of a game.
One ball. They come all the way down here. I closed the damn store for one ball.
Hockey's hockey. At least we got to play.
Randall, 12 minutes is not a game. Jesus, it's barely a warm-up.
Bitch. You want something to drink?
Gatorade.
What happened to all the Gatorade?
Exactly, they drank it all.
After an exhausting game like that, I can believe it.
Not like we're gonna sell out.
You know what Stanford told me?
I still can't believe Caitlin's getting married.
Julie Dwyer died.
Yeah, right.
No, I'm serious.
Oh my God.
Sanford's brother dates her cousin. He found out this morning.
How? When?
Embolism in her brain. Yesterday.
Jesus.
She was swimming at the YMCA pool when it happened. Died mid-backstroke.
I haven't seen her in almost 2 years.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't she one of the illustrious 12?
Number 6.
You've had sex with a dead person.
I'm gonna go to her wake.
No, you're not.
Why not?
It's today.
What?
Yeah, Paulson's funeral parlor. The next show is at 4.
Shit. What about tomorrow?
One night only. She's buried in the morning.
You gotta watch the store. I have to go to this.
Wait. Has it occurred to you that I might be bereaved as well?
You hardly knew her.
True, but do you know how many people are going to be there? All of our old classmates, to say the least.
Stop it. This is beneath even you.
I'm not missing what's probably going to be the social event of the season,
You hate people.
but I love gatherings. Isn't it ironic?
Don't be an asshole. Somebody has to stay with the store.
If you go, I go.
She meant nothing to you.
She meant nothing to you either until I told you she died.
I'm not taking you to this funeral.
I'm going with you.
I can't close the store.
You just closed the store to play hockey on the roof.
Exactly, which means I can't close it for another hour so we can both go to a wake.
Head to the interior of a car. Dante drives with passenger Randall. Their backs are to the camera.
You were saying?
Thanks for putting me in a tough spot. You're a good friend.
She was pretty young, huh?
22, same as us.
Embolism in a pool.
Embarrassing way to die.
That's nothing compared to how my cousin Walter died.
How'd he die?
Broke his neck.
That's embarrassing.
Broke his neck while trying to suck his own dick.
Shut the hell up.
Bible truth.
Stop it.
I swear.
Oh my God.
Come on, haven't you ever tried to suck your own dick?
No,
Yeah, sure, you're so repressed.
because I never tried to suck my own dick.
No, because you won't admit it. As if a guy's fucking pervert because he tries to go down on himself. You're as curious as the rest of us, pal. You've tried it.
Who found him?
My cousin. My aunt found him. On his bed, doubled over with his legs on top, dick in his mouth. My aunt freaked out. It was a mess.
Dick was in his mouth?
Balls resting on his lips.
He made it, huh?
Yeah, but at what price?
I can never reach.
Reach what?
You know.
What, your dick?
Yeah, like you said, I guess everyone tries it sooner or later.
I never tried it. Fucking pervert.
Cut to the funeral parlor. Dante and Randall walk up the path to the funeral.
I know it was a bad idea to close the store.
Listen to you.
I can't help it. At least when we were playing hockey outside, I could see if anyone wanted to go in.
Nobody's there. It's 4 o'clock on a Saturday. How many people ever come to the store at 4 on a Saturday?
Cut to the store. There is a massive crowd. Return to the funeral. Dante and Randall run from the front door, closely chased by a small crowd of angry mourners. Car locks are slammed down. The car screams away. The pursuing crowd stands in the middle of the street, shaking their fists and throwing things. At the convenience store at night, the car pulls up and Randall and Dante get out. Absolutely nobody is outside.
I can't fucking believe you.
I'm telling you, it wasn't my fault.
You knocked the fucking casket over, for Christ's sake.
I was just leaning on it. It was an accident.
Does anyone ever knock over a casket on purpose?
So the casket fell over. Big deal.
Her fucking body fell out.
So they'll put her back in. It's not like it's going to matter if she breaks something.
Just go. Go open the video store.
Yeah, open the video store. Oh, sorry. Sorry, Joe.
Yeah, open the video store.
Shut the fuck up, junkie.
Jay enters the frame, right next to Randall. He aims his butt at him and farts. Randall lunges for him and Dante grabs Randall.
Go open the video store.
Yeah, you cock-smoking clerk.
How many times I gotta tell you not to deal outside the store?
I'm not dealing.
You got anything, man?
Yeah, what do you want?
Randall heads over to the video store and Dante enters the convenience store and slides the sign to open. After a few seconds, The impatient customer, the guy who lost his keys, appears, flashlight in hand, scanning the ground.
Hey, did you see a set of keys lying around here somewhere?
Dante rearranges the milk and Randall joins him.
Let me borrow your car.
I don't want to talk to you.
Fine, just lend me your car.
Why should I loan you my car?
I want to rent a movie.
You want to rent a movie?
What's that for?
You work in a video store.
I work in a shitty video store. I want to go to a good video store so I can rent a good movie.
Are you open?
Yes.
Pack of cigarettes. Cute cat. What's its name?
Annoying customer.
Oh.
The customer lets it sink in and then leaves in a huff. Dante puts up the cigarettes.
Can you imagine being halfway decent to the customers at least some of the time?
Let me borrow your car.
May I be blunt with you?
If you must.
We are employees of Quick Stop Convenience and RST Video, respectively. As such, we have certain responsibilities, which, though it may seem cruel and unusual, does include manning our posts until closing.
I see. So playing hockey and attending wakes, these practices are standard operating procedure.
There's a difference. Those were obligations that could not have been met at any later date. Now, renting videos, that's just gratuitous, not to mention illogical considering you work in a video store.
Are you open?
Yes.
You know what? I don't think I care for your rationale.
It's gonna have to do for now, considering that it's my car that's up for request. Can I help you?
Pack of cigarettes.
What's your point?
My point is that you're a clerk, paid to do a job. You can't just do anything you want while you're working.
Space alien revealed as head of Time Warner. Report stock increase. They print any kind of shit in these papers.
Certainly do. 255.
So your argument is the title dictates behavior.
What?
The reason you won't let me borrow your car is because I have a title and job description and I'm supposed to follow it, right?
Exactly.
I saw one time that said the world was ending the next week. Then in next week's paper, they said we were miraculously saved by the 0 hour by a koala fish mutant bird. Crazy shit.
So I'm no more responsible for my own decisions while I'm here at work than, say, the death squad soldiers in Bosnia.
That's stretching it. You're not being asked to slay children or anything.
Not yet.
And I remember this one time, the damn paper said,
The customer reacts violently as Randall has spit water in his mouth. He attempts to grab Randall, and Randall makes no move but remains untouched. Dante plays block.
I'm gonna break your fucking head, you fucking jerk off.
Sir, I'm sorry. He didn't mean it. He was trying to get me.
Well, he missed.
I know. I'm sorry. Let me refund your cigarette money and we'll call it even.
This is the last time I ever come here. And if I ever see you again, I'm gonna break your fucking head open.
The customer leaves, wiping water off his face. Randall salutes.
What the fuck did you do that for?
2 reasons. 1, I hate when the people can't shut up about the stupid tabloid headlines.
Jesus.
And 2, to make a point. Title does not dictate behavior. If title dictated my behavior, as a clerk serving the public, I wouldn't be allowed to spit a mouthful of water at that guy. But I did. So my point is that people dictate their own behavior. Hence, even though I'm a clerk in this video store, I choose to go rent at Big Choice. Agree?
You're a danger to both the dead and the living.
I like to think I'm a master of my own destiny.
Please, get the hell out of here.
I know. I'm your hero.
Randall exits. Cut to Dante waiting on a customer. He lifts the gallon of milk into a paper bag, letting out a slight grunt.
Sounds to me like somebody needs to hit the gym.
Excuse me?
I heard you strain when you put the milk in the bag. The milk only weighs about 7 pounds.
I didn't strain. I sighed.
I don't think so. That was a grunt. A deep inhalation of oxygen to aid in the stretching of muscles. I'm a trainer. I know what that sound signifies. You're out of shape.
I don't think so.
Oh, I do. You made the same noise when you reached across the counter for my cash. Your muscles are thin and sadly underutilized.
They are not.
Yes, they are. You're out of shape.
What are you talking about? There's no fat on this body.
No fat, but no tone either. You don't get enough exercise.
Enter a female customer, Heather. She leans in the doorway.
Are you open?
Yes.
Just the paper.
35.
Let me,
Oh, sorry.
may I ask you a question? Do you think this guy's out of shape?
I don't know. I can't really tell from here.
He is.
I am not.
How much can you bench?
I don't know.
I'd say about 60, 70 tops.
I know I can bench more than that.
I think the lady called it.
My ex-boyfriend was about his height, but he was much bulkier. He could bench 250, 300 easy.
I do about 350, 4.
No way.
Feel that.
That's tight. Solid.
Now feel this. Roll up your sleeve, Chief.
Oh, for God's sake.
See? You're ashamed. You know you're out of shape. Take my card. I can help you tone the body up. No time. Get you an aerobics and free weights program.
Enter a suited man carrying a notebook. He comes to the counter.
Are you open?
Yes. I'm out of shape.
Excuse me, but have you been here all day?
What?
He's got those love handles.
I don't have love handles.
Were you working here at about 4 o'clock?
I've been here since 6 o'clock this morning. Why?
It's probably from being around all this food every day.
Oh, I know. If I had to work here all day, I'd be bloated and out of shape too.
I'm not out of shape.
Can I have your name, please?
Dante Hicks. Why? What is this about?
You're Dante Hicks? Oh my God, I didn't even recognize you.
Because he's out of shape.
Do I know you?
You remember Alyssa Jones? She hung out with.
Caitlin Bree, yeah?
I'm her sister.
You're Alyssa's sister? Heather?
Yeah. I remember you got caught in my parents' room with Caitlin once.
Did you say Caitlin Bree?
Yeah.
Pretty girl. About this girl's height, dark hair, gorgeous body.
Yeah?
And your name is Dante Hicks. You went to high school with her. You played hockey.
How do you know that?
Oh man. Hey, you still going out with her?
No, she's getting married.
To you?
To an Asian design major.
Shit. Don't take this the wrong way, but I used to fuck her.
What?
While you two were dating in high school, we're talking about 5 years ago, back when I drove a Trans Am.
Oh my God, you're Rick Darris.
Yeah.
You know him?
Caitlin used to talk about him all the time.
Really?
Oh yeah, you were the built older guy with the black trans and the big.
Wait a second. You used to sleep with Caitlin Bree while I was dating her?
All the time. That girl was like a rabbit.
I don't believe this.
I still remember Caitlin telling us about that time you two went to that motel, the one with the mirrors and the hot tub in the room.
The Glades Motel?
Holy shit. She told you about that? Buddy of mine worked there, said he watched the whole thing. They used to film people at that hotel. Nobody knew about it.
Oh, she said one time you set up a tent on the beach and you guys did it in the middle of this big rainstorm.
What? When? When did all this shit happen?
Hey, man, that was a long time ago. Don't let it get to you.
I'm surprised you never found out about it, Dante. Everyone in school knew, even in my class.
Jesus Christ, what next?
Suited
Here you
man.
go.
Go.
What's this?
Fine for $500.
$500 for what?
For violation of New Jersey Statute Section 2A, number 170/51, any person who sells or makes available tobacco or tobacco-related products to persons under the age of 18 is regarded as disorderly.
What are you talking about?
According to the NJAC, the New Jersey Administrative Code, Section 18.5/12.5, a fine of no less than $250 is to be leveled against any person reported selling cigarettes to a minor.
I didn't do that.
You said you were here all day?
Yeah, but I didn't sell cigarettes to any kids.
An angry mother called the State Division of Taxation and complained that the man working at Quick Stop Convenience sold her 5-year-old daughter cigarettes today at around 4 o'clock. Division of Taxation calls the State Board of Health and they send me down here to issue a fine. You say you were working all day, hence the fine is yours. It's doubled due to the incredibly young age of the child.
I didn't sell cigarettes to any kid.
To a 5-year-old kid? What a scumbag.
That's sick, Dante.
I didn't sell cigarettes to any kids, I swear.
The due date is on the bottom. The summons cannot be contested in any court of law. Failure to remit before the due date will result in a charge of criminal negligence, and a warrant will be issued for your arrest. Have a nice day.
I didn't sell cigarettes to any kids. Hey!
Forget it. I don't want to deal with a guy that sells cigarettes to a 5-year-old. Can I offer you a ride somewhere?
Sure. How about the beach?
I like the way you think.
They all exit. Dante alone studies his summons. He rubs his forehead.
Jesus, what next?
Dante?
Dante?
What? Caitlin.
Cut to the video store where Jay deals with a customer as Silent Bob looks on.
Not surprised, my brother.
Yo, I don't have that.
Yo, I don't have that kind of cash.
For this kind of hash, you need that kind of cash.
How long you gonna be here?
Till 10, then I'm going to John K's party.
You're gonna be at John K's party?
My man is deaf. I'm going to John K's party, Nooch.
Yo, don't sell all that, cause I'm gonna get the cash and buy it from you at John K's. You're gonna bring it, right?
The only place I don't bring any drugs is church, and that ain't till Sunday morning.
Yo, I'll see you at that party. I'll see you there.
I'll see you there. It's motherfuckers like that who give recreational drug users a bad name. Hey, baby, you ever had your asshole licked?
Cut back to the convenience store. Dante and Caitlin are embracing very tightly. We hold on them for a few seconds just to let it sink in. Then,
When did you get back?
Just now.
My God, I haven't seen you since.
Dante, you've got a customer.
Dante hops behind the counter. A customer pays for something while Dante continues to talk.
I just saw Alyssa's little sister outside. She was with Rick Darris.
Let's not talk about that. How'd you get home?
Train. It took 8 hours.
Can't believe you're here.
Excuse me, do you have
To the back above the oil. How long are you staying?
Until Monday. Then I have to take the train back.
pack of cigarettes? Oh, congratulations. I saw that announcement in today's paper. She's marrying an Asian design major.
So I'm told.
At the video store, Jay and Silent Bob are leaning against a wall.
Man, it's fucking slow.
Silent Bob walks out of the frame, leaving Jay alone against the wall. He comes back a few seconds later carrying a mini Walkman with 10-watt speakers. He sets it down on the ground and turns it on. House music starts playing. Jay, possessed by the beat, breaks into an impromptu dance in which he makes suggestive and often lewd moves. Silent Bob leans against the wall. Head to the video store and on the counter.
You're just gonna lock the store like that?
I want to talk to you about something. I don't want to be disturbed.
You saw it.
Very dramatic, I thought.
It's not what you think.
Worse, you're pregnant with an Asian design major's child?
I'm not pregnant.
You gonna tell me or just send me an invitation?
I was going to tell you, but then we were getting along so well. I didn't want to mess it up.
You could have broken it to me gently, you know. At least start by telling me you had a boyfriend. I told you I have a girlfriend.
I know, I'm sorry. But when we started talking, it's like I forgot I had a boyfriend, and then he proposed last month.
You said yes.
Well, kind of. Sort of.
Is that what they teach you at that school of yours? Kind of, sort of. Everyone knows about this except me. Do you know how humiliating that is?
I would have told you and you would have stopped calling. Like a baby.
How do you know that?
Because I know you. You prefer drastic measures opposed to rational ones.
You're really getting married?
No.
No, you're not really getting married?
The story goes like this. He proposed, and I told him I had to think about it, and he insisted I wear the ring anyway. Then my mother told the paper we were engaged.
I'll like her.
Then my mother called me this morning and told me the announcement was in the paper. That's when I hopped the train to come back here, because I knew you'd be a wreck.
Thanks for the vote of confidence.
Was I right?
Wreck is a harsh term. Disturbed is more like it. Mildly disturbed, even.
Oh, I love a macho facade. It's such a turn on. What smells like shoe polish?
You came here to what? To comfort me?
The last thing I needed was for you to think I was hiding something from you.
You were.
No, I wasn't. Not really. I told you I'd been seeing other people.
Yeah, but not seriously. Christ, you're ready to walk down the aisle. I'd say that constitutes something more than just seeing somebody.
I'm giving him his ring back.
What?
I don't want to marry him. I don't want to get married now. I'm on the verge of graduation. I want to go to grad school after this. And then I want to start a career. I don't want to be a wife first and then have to worry about where I'm going to fit in all the other stuff. I've come way too far and studied way too hard to let my education go to waste as a housewife. And I know that's what I'd become. Sing's already signed with a major firm, and he's going to be pulling a huge salary, which would give me no reason to work, and he's so traditional anyway.
Sang, his name is a past tense.
Stop it. He's a nice guy.
If he's so nice, why aren't you going to marry him?
I just told you.
There's more, isn't there?
Why? Mr. Hicks, whatever do you mean?
Tell me I don't have something to do with it.
You don't have something to do with it. Look how full of yourself you are.
I just believe in giving credit where credit is due, and I believe that I'm the impetus behind your failure to wed.
If I'm so nuts about you, then why am I having sex with an Asian design major?
Jesus, you're caustic.
I had to bring you down from that cloud you were floating on. When I say I don't want to get married, I mean just that. I don't want to marry anybody. Not for years.
So who's asking? I don't want to marry you.
Good. Stay in that frame of mind.
But can we date?
Oh, I'm sure Sing and Veronica would like that.
We can introduce them. They might hit it off.
You're serious? You want to date again?
I would like to be your boyfriend, yes.
It's just the shock of seeing me after 3 years. Believe me, you'll get over it.
Give me a bit more credit. I think it's time we got back together, you know? I'm more mature, you're more mature, you're finishing college, I'm already in the job market.
You work in a market, all right?
Tell me you wouldn't want to go out again after all the talking we've been doing.
The key word is talk, Dante. I think the conception of us dating is more idyllic than what actually happens when we date.
So what? So we should just make pretend over the phone that we're dating?
I don't know. Maybe we should just see what happens.
Let me take you out tonight.
You mean on a date?
Yes, a real date. Dinner and a movie.
The Dante Hicks dinner and a movie date? I think I've been on that one before.
You have a better suggestion?
How about the Caitlin Bree walk on the boardwalk, then get naked somewhere kind of private date?
I hear that's a rather popular date.
Jerk. Here I am, throwing myself at you, succumbing to your wily charms, and you call me a slut in so many words.
But what about Sing?
Sang.
Sang.
He's not invited.
He's your fiance.
I offer you my body, and you offer me semantics. He's just a boyfriend, Dante. And in case you haven't gotten the drift of why I came all the way here from Ohio, I'm about to become single again. And yes, let me placate your ego. You are the inspiration for this bold and momentous decision for which I will probably be ostracized in both school and home. You ask me who I choose you.
What are you saying?
You're such an asshole.
I'm just kidding.
I can already tell this isn't going to work.
I'll ask Randall to close up for me when he gets back.
Where'd he go? I'd have thought he'd be by your side, like an obedient lapdog.
He went to rent a movie, but he hasn't gotten back yet. Yeah, screw it. I'll just lock the store up and leave him a note.
You're too responsible, but no. I have to go home first. They don't even know I left school, and I should break the disengagement news to my mother, which is going to be cause quite a row, considering she loves Sang.
Who doesn't?
Well, me, I guess. All right, so I shall take my leave of you, but will return in a little while, at which time, yes, I would love to go for dinner and a movie with you.
What happened to the walk and the nakedness?
I'm easy, but not that easy. See you later, handsome.
Yes.
At the convenience store that night, Dante looks ahead dreamily, half spinning in his chair. Randall enters, carrying videos.
Get to work.
But your rent. Best of both worlds.
Hermaphroditic porn, starlets with both organs. You should see the box. Beautiful women with dicks that put mine to shame.
And this is what you rented?
I like to expand my horizons.
I got fined for selling cigarettes to a minor.
No way.
$500.
You're bullshitting. I didn't think they'd even enforce this.
Living proof.
Well, you never sold cigarettes to kids.
I don't. You did.
Really?
Little girl, maybe 5 years old.
Holy shit, that girl?
As opposed to the hundreds of other children you let buy cigarettes whenever you work here.
Then how come you got the fine?
Because I'm here.
You're lying.
I swear, I couldn't make this kind of shit up.
Why aren't you screaming at me right now?
Because I'm happy.
You're happy?
I'm happy.
You're happy to get a fine.
No, I'm happy because Caitlin came to see me.
Now I know you're lying.
I'm not. She just left.
What did she say?
She's not going to marry that guy. She went home to tell her mother.
You're kidding.
I'm not.
Well, you've had quite the evening.
She went home. She's getting ready, and we're going out.
I feel so ineffectual. Is there anything I can do for you?
Watch the store while I go home and change.
What happened to the title dictates behavior?
This is my way of spitting water in life.
Hey, what about Veronica?
No, don't bring it up. I don't want to think about that now. Let me enjoy this hour of bliss. I'll think about all that later. In the meantime, nobody mentions the V word.
You're a snake.
In my absence, try not to sell cigarettes to any newborns.
You want me to bring the VCR over so we can watch this?
I might be leaving early to go out with Caitlin, in which case you'll have to close the store tonight.
All right, but you're missing out. Chicks with dicks.
I'll read the book.
Dante exits and another customer comes back to the counter. He pets the cat. Cute cat. What's his name?
Peptic ulcer.
Cut to Jay and Silent Bob, watching as Dante passes. A small group of burners are poised around the store door. Jay carefully writes on a large piece of paper using a thick marker. Silent Bob hands him the scissors, and Jay slowly cuts the large piece of paper. Silent Bob hands him a tape. Jay snaps off a few pieces and plasters the sign to the convenience store. It is a large word balloon, and it reads, "I eat cock." Once in place, he raps on the window. Randall looks out and his face is adjacent to the word balloon, making it appear as if he is saying he eats cock. The small group laugh hysterically. Cut to the convenience store where Caitlin enters, carrying an overnight bag. Randall is watching his porno. The porno is loud and lewd. Caitlin stares.
Randall Graves, scourge of the video renter.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Asian Design Major herself, Caitlin Bree.
You saw that article. God, isn't it awful? My mother sent that in.
I take it she likes the guy.
You'd think she was marrying him. What are you watching?
Children's programming. What did your mom say when you told her you weren't engaged anymore?
She said not to come home till graduation.
Wow, you got thrown out for Dante?
What can I say? He does weird things to me.
Can I watch?
You can hold me down.
Can I join in?
You might be let down. I'm not a hermaphrodite.
If you are, so what makes you think you can maintain a relationship with Dante this time around?
A woman's intuition. Something in me says it's time to give the old boy a serious try.
Wow, hey, I was just about to order some dinner. You eat Chinese, right?
Dick.
Exactly.
So where is he?
He went home to change for the big date.
God, isn't he great?
No, this is great.
Can I use the bathroom?
There's no light back there.
Why aren't there any lights?
Well, there are, but for some reason they stop working at 5:14 every night.
You're kidding.
Nobody can figure it out, and the boss doesn't want to pay the electricians to fix it. So the electrician owes money to the video store.
Such a sordid state of affair.
And I'm caught in the middle, torn between my loyalty for the boss and my desire to piss with the lights on.
I'll try to manage.
Hey, Caitlin? Break his heart again this time and I'll kill you. Nothing personal.
You're very protective of him, Randall. You always have been.
Territoriality. He was mine. First.
Aw, that's so cute.
He kisses his forehead and walks away. The mother and small child, Happy Scrappy, come to the counter.
Pack of cigarettes.
Hunt.
And to the convenience store. Randall studies the I eat cock word balloon, and Dante enters.
Who eats cock?
Bunch of savages in this town. Hey, Caitlin's in the back. You might want to see if she's okay. She's been back there a long time.
There's no lights back there.
I told her that. She said she didn't need any. Why don't you join her, man? Make a little bathroom bam bam.
I love your sexy talk. It's so kindergarten. Poo poo, wee wee.
Fuck you.
The cooler down is heard opening. Caitlin walks lazily down the convenience store aisle. She looks very satisfied. Dante and Randall regard her curiously. She joins them, latching onto Dante's arm lovingly.
How'd you get here so fast?
I left like an hour ago.
Do you always talk weird after you violate women?
Maybe this Asian design major slipped her some opium.
The bee.
Promise me it'll always be like that.
Like what?
When you just lie perfectly still and let me do everything?
Okay.
Am I missing something here?
I went back there and Dante was already waiting for me.
He was?
It was so cool. He didn't say a word. He was just ready, you know? And we didn't kiss or talk or anything. He just sat there and let me do all the work.
You dog, I didn't even see you go back there.
And the fact that there weren't any lights on made it so... Brrr. God, it was so great.
Wasn't me.
Yeah, right. Who was it? Randall?
Was it you?
I was here the whole time.
You two better quit.
I'm serious.
We didn't just have sex in the bathroom?
No.
Stop this. This isn't funny.
I'm not kidding. I just got back from outside.
This isn't fucking funny, Dante.
I'm not fooling around. Who went back there?
Nobody, I swear.
I feel nauseous.
Are you
Ugh.
sure somebody was back there?
I didn't just fuck myself. Jesus, I'm going to be sick.
You fucked a total stranger?
Shut the fuck up.
Oh my god, I can't believe this. I feel faint.
Call the police.
Why?
No, don't.
There's a strange man in our bathroom. He just raped Caitlin.
Oh god.
She said she did all the work.
You shut the fuck up. Who the fuck is in the bathroom?
Later in the convenience store, the old man's face is serene, almost happy, as he lies on a stretcher. The same old man who took a porn magazine into the bathroom.
Who is he?
The body bag zipper is pulled closed. Dante, the coroner, and Randall stand around the stretcher-bound body bag. The coroner takes note.
I don't know. He just came in and asked to use the bathroom.
What time was this?
I don't know. What time did hockey end?
Around 3 or something?
What time do we go to the funeral?
I think 4?
Wait a second. Who was working here today?
Just me.
Well, I thought you said you played hockey and went to a funeral.
We did.
Then who operated the store?
Nobody. It was closed.
With this guy locked in?
Everything happened at once. I guess I forgot he was back there.
Ambulance attendants join in. Can we take this now?
Go ahead.
The stretcher is wheeled out, and midway down the body bag, something protrudes, pushing the bag up. It is an erection. Randall stares at it.
Was he alive when Caitlin...
No. I placed the time of death at about 3:20.
And how could she,
The body can maintain an erection after expiration, sometimes for hours. Did he have the adult magazine when he came in?
No, I gave it to him. Well, he asked me for it.
I can't say for certain until we get him back to the lab, but my guess is he was masturbating, his heart seized, and he died. That's when the girl found him. Something smells like shoe polish.
this has got to be the weirdest thing you've ever been called in on.
Actually, I once had to tag a kid that broke his neck trying to put his mouth on his penis.
What about Caitlin?
Shock trauma. She's going to need years of therapy after this. My question is, how did she come to have sex with the dead man?
She thought it was me.
What kind of convenience store do you run here?
I think he was talking about my cousin.
Cut to the video store. Caitlin sits in the back of the ambulance, a blanket draped over her shoulders. An attendant takes her blood pressure. The doors are closed and the vehicle speeds away. Jay and Silent Bob lean against the wall. Jay eats sugar out of a box.
I knew one of those motherfuckers was gonna kill somebody one day.
Cut to a jar of salsa is invaded by a large corn chip. One in the condiment, the corn chip resembles a surfacing shark fin. Fingers poke at it, bringing it to life, swimming menacingly to and from the jar.
Da-dum, 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 da-dum. Salsa shark. We're gonna need a bigger boat. Man goes into the cage, cage goes into the salsa. Sharks in the salsa, our shark. What? What's with you? You haven't said anything for like 20 minutes. What the hell is your problem?
This life.
This life?
Why do I have this life?
Have some chips, you'll feel better.
I'm stuck in this pit, earning less than slave wages, working on my day off, dealing with every backward fuck on the planet. The goddamn steel shutters are locked all day. I smell like shoe polish. I've got an ex-girlfriend who's catatonic after fucking a dead guy. My present girlfriend has sucked 36 dicks.
37.
My life is in the shitter right about now. So if you don't mind, I'd like to stew a bit.
You open?
Yeah. That's bullshit. You know what the real problem is here?
I was born.
You should shit or get off the pot.
I should shit or get off the pot.
Yeah, you should shit or get off the pot.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about this thing you have, this inability to improve your situation in life.
Fuck you.
It's true. You'll sit there and blame life for dealing cruddy hand, never once accepting the responsibility for for the way your situation is.
What responsibility?
All right, if you hate this job and the people and the fact that you have to come in on your day off, then quit.
As if it's that easy.
It is. You just up and quit. There are other jobs and they pay better money. You're bound to be qualified for at least one of them, so what's stopping you?
Leave me alone.
You're comfortable. This is a life of convenience for you, and any attempt to change it would shatter the pathetic microcosm you fashioned for yourself.
Oh, like your life's any better?
I'm satisfied with my situation for now. You don't hear me bitching. You, on the other hand, have been bitching all day.
Thank you. Why don't you go back to the video store?
It's the same thing with Veronica.
Leave her out of this.
You date Veronica because she's low maintenance and because it's convenient. Meanwhile, all you ever do is talk about Caitlin. You carry a torch for a girl you dated in high school, for God's sake. You're 22.
Leave me alone.
If you want Caitlin, then face Veronica, tell her, and be with Caitlin. If you want Veronica, be with Veronica. You don't pine for one and then fuck the other. Man, if you weren't such a fucking coward.
If I wasn't such a fucking coward. It must be so great to be able to simplify everything the way you do.
Am I right or what?
You're wrong. Things happen today, okay? Things that probably ruined my chances with Caitlin.
What, the dead guy? She'll get over fucking the dead guy. Shit, my mom's been fucking a dead guy for 30 years. I call him Dad.
Caitlin and I can't be together. It's impossible.
Melodrama coming from you seems about as natural as an oral bowel movement.
What do you want me to say? Yes, I suppose some of the things you're saying may be true, but that's the way things are. It's not going to change.
Make them change.
I can't, all right? Jesus, would you leave me alone? I can't make changes like that in my life. If I could, I would, but I don't have the ability to risk comfortable situations on the big money and the fabulous prizes.
Who are you kidding? You can so.
Jesus H. Christ, I can't.
So you'll continue being miserable all the time just because you don't have the guts to face change.
My mother told me once that when I was 3, my potty lid was closed, and instead of lifting it, I chose to shit my pants.
Lovely story.
Point is, I'm the kind of person that disrupts things in order to shit comfortably.
Cut to the convenience store where Dante repairs a ripped dollar bill, taping them back together. Jay enters with Silent Bob and claps his hands.
Noinch, noinch, noinch. Smoking weed. Doing coke, drinking beers. Pack raps, my good man. It's time to kick back, drink some beers, and smoke some weed.
I'm poisoning the youth for the day.
Hell yes, whatever that means. Now I'm gonna head over to Atlantic, drink some beers, get ripped, and please God, get laid. Easy wider, 1.5s.
179,
Pay the good man. Don't you close soon?
half hour.
We got off about the same time every night. We should hang out. You get high?
I should start.
Want to come to this party tonight? There's gonna be some pussy there, man.
You? I don't think so.
Listen to you. Oh shit. Oh, I don't hang out with drug dealers.
Nothing personal.
Silent Bob hands Jade some weed.
I work just like you. You're more of a crook than I am, dude.
How do you figure? Hey, you can't just roll a joint in here.
Relax, brother. What I mean is that you sell the stuff in the store at the highest prices around. $1.79 for wraps? What's that shit?
It's not my store.
And these are my drugs. I just sell them.
The difference is you exploit a weakness.
What's that mean?
You sell to people that can't stay away from an addiction.
All right. How much is a Pepsi here?
$1.69 plus tax.
At Food City, it's 99 cents plus tax.
So
why you sell for so much more? I'll tell you why. Because people come here and they're like, $1.80 for soda, I should get at Food City. But I don't feel like driving there. I'll just buy it here so I don't have to drive up there. That's exploiting a weakness too, isn't it?
I can't believe you just rolled a joint in here.
Hey man, what happened with that old guy?
He died in the bathroom.
That's fucked up. Yo, I heard he was jerking off.
I don't know. I wasn't watching.
Probably saw that Caitlyn chick. I know I felt like beating it when I saw her. Come here, bitch. You like this? Is this what you want? Oh,
Knock it off. That used to be my girlfriend.
you used to go out with her?
We were gonna start again, I think.
Don't you already have a girlfriend?
Veronica.
Is she that girl who's down here all the time? She came here today carrying a plate of food.
Lasagna.
And what? You were gonna dump her to date that Caitlyn chick?
Maybe.
I don't know, dude. That Caitlyn chick's nice. But I see that Veronica girl doing shit for you all the time. She brings you food, she rubs your back. Didn't I see her change your tire one day?
I jacked the car up. All she did was loosen the nuts and put the tire on.
Damn. She sure goes out of her way.
She's my girlfriend.
I've had girlfriends, but all they wanted from me was weed and shit. Shit, my grandma used to say, which is better, a good plate with nothing on it? No, wait, I fucked up. She said, what's a good-looking plate with nothing on it?
Meaning?
I don't know. She was senile and shit. Used to piss herself all the time. Come on, Silent Bob.
Exit J.
There's a million fine-looking women in the world, but they don't all bring you lasagna at work. Most of them just cheat on you.
Silent Bob leaves. Dante shuts his eyes tightly and rubs the bridges of his nose with his thumb and forefinger as if in deep concentration. Suddenly, he snaps his eyes open.
He's right. I love her.
Cut to the video store. Randall has a heart-to-heart with Veronica.
So that's it. He doesn't love you anymore. He loves Caitlyn.
And he told you all of this.
Pretty much. I'll accept the latent homosexuality part. That's just my theory.
I don't know what to say.
Don't hold it against him. He just never got Caitlyn out of his system. It's not your fault. It's Dante. I don't know thing one about chicks. If you want to cry or something, I can leave.
I'm not sad.
Not?
No, I'm more furious. I'm pissed off. I feel like I've been killing time, like he's been killing time while he tries to grow the balls to tell me how he really feels, and he can't even do it. He has his friend do it for him.
He didn't ask me to.
After all that I've done for that fuck, he wants to be with that slut. Fine, he can have a slut.
Do you think he can give me a lift home tonight?
I'm gonna have a word with that asshole.
Wait, Veronica, I don't think...
Randall stares after Veronica as she exits. A customer stands nearby.
What am I worried about? Probably be glad I started the ball rolling. All he ever did was complain about her anyway. I'm just looking out for his best interests. I mean, that's what a friend does, am I right? Do him a favor.
Oh, Navy SEALs.
In the convenience store, Dante is on the ground holding his knee. Veronica stands above him.
What do that for?
If you didn't want to go out with me anymore, why didn't you just say it? Instead, you pussyfoot around and see that slut behind my back.
What are you talking about?
You've been talking to her on the phone for weeks.
It was only a few times.
And then you pulled this shit this morning, freaking out because I've gone down on a couple of guys.
Couple?
I'm not the one trying to patch things up with my ex, sneaking around behind your back. And if you think that 37 dicks are a lot, then just wait, mister. I'm going to put the hookers in Times Square to shame with all the guys I go down on now.
Would you let me explain?
Windows are open. I just realized my windows were open. Explain what? How are you waiting until the time was right and then you were going to dump me for her?
Veronica, it's not like that anymore. I mean, it was never really like that.
You're damn right, because it's not like that. Because I won't let it be like that. You want your slut? Fine. The slut is yours.
I don't want Caitlyn.
You don't know what you want, but I'm not going gotta sit here anymore holding your hand until you figure it out. I've encouraged you to get out of this fucking dump and go back to school to take charge of your life and find direction. I even transferred so maybe you would be more inclined to go back to college if I was with you. Everyone said it was a stupid move, but I didn't care because I loved you and I wanted to see you pull yourself out of this senseless funk you've been in since that whore dumped you. Oh, so many years ago. And now you want to go back to her so she can fuck you over some more.
I don't want to go back with her.
Well, of course not. Not now. You're caught, and now you're trying to snake out of doing what you wanted to do. Well, I won't let you. I want you to follow through with this, just so you can find out what a fucking idiot you are. And when she dumps you again, and she will, Dante, I promise you that. When she dumps you again, I want to laugh at you right in your face, just so you can realize that was what you gave up our relationship for. And I'm just glad Randall had the balls to tell me since you didn't.
Randall?
Having him tell me, that was just the weakest move ever. You're spineless.
Veronica, I love you.
Fuck you.
Veronica exits, and Dante lies on the floor alone. At the video store, Randall exits and locks the door behind him. Tied on Randall's face as he steps inside the convenience store.
Okay.
Hands clasp around his throat and yank him out of the frame. Dante throttles Randall, choking him to the ground. Randall throws his fist into Dante's midriff, throwing him back into the magazine rack. Randall jumps to his feet. As Dante comes at him again, Randall tumbles into the cakes as Ettenman's products scatter beneath and around him. He grabs a pound of cake and hits Dante in the head with it, using the opportunity to scurry down the middle aisle. Dante leaps at his feet, and Randall grabs the shelves, knocking Aspirin over until Randall, shrieking, sprays something in Dante's face. Dante paws at his eyes. Randall grabs Italian bread and smacks it into Dante's face as he rushes him blindly. Dante chases him out of the frame. M&Ms scatter wildly across the empty floor, and the ruckus is heard. Cut to Dante and Randall later, out of breath, on the floor. Randall sits up against the candy rack, rubbing his neck. Dante lies on the floor, bacon held against a sort of crushed cookies, ripped open candies, broken bread, and other damaged goods.
How's your eye?
Oh, it's not so bad. But the FDS stinks. How's your neck?
It's hard to swallow. You didn't have to choke me.
Why the fuck did you tell Veronica that I was going to dump her for Caitlin?
I thought I was doing you a favor.
Thanks.
You were saying how you couldn't initiate change yourself, so I figured I'd help you out.
Jesus.
You still didn't have to choke me.
Oh, please. I'm surprised I didn't kill you.
Why do you say that?
Why do I say that? Randall, forget it.
No, really. What did I do that was so wrong?
What don't you do? Randall, sometimes it seems like the only reason you come to work is to make my life miserable.
How do you figure?
What time did you get to work today?
Like after 10?
You were over a half hour late. Then all you do is come over here.
To talk to you.
Which means the video store is ostensibly closed.
It's not like I'm miles away.
Unless you're out renting videos at other video stores.
Hermaphrodites. I rented it so we could watch it together.
You get me slapped with a fine, you fight with the customers, and I have to patch everything up. You get us chased out of a funeral by violating a corpse. To top it all off, you ruin my relationship. What's your encore? Do you anally rape my mother while pouring sugar in my gas tank? You know what the real tragedy is? I'm not even supposed to be here today.
Fuck you. Fuck you, pal. Listen to you trying to pass the buck again. I'm the source of your misery. Who closed the store to play hockey? Who closed the store to attend a wake? Who tried to win back an ex-girlfriend without even discussing how he felt with his present one? You want to blame somebody? Blame yourself. I'm not even supposed to be here today. You sound like an asshole. Whose choice was it to be here today? Nobody twisted your arm. You're here today of your own volition, my friend. But you'd like to believe that the weight of the world rests on your shoulders, that the store would crumble if Dante wasn't here. Well, I've got news for you, jerk. The store would survive without you. Not me either. All you do is overcompensate for having what is basically a monkey's job. You push fucking buttons. Any moron can waltz in here and do our job. But you're obsessed with making it seem so much more fucking important than, so much more epic than it really is. You work in a convenience store, Dante, and badly, I might add. And I work in a shitty video store. Badly as well. You know that Jay's got it right. He has no delusions about what he does. Us, we like to make it. We like to make ourselves seem so much better than the people that come in here just looking to pick up a paper of God forbid cigarettes. We look down on them as if we're so advanced. Well, if we're so fucking advanced, then what are we doing working here?
Randall gets up, leaving Dante to contemplate his strong words. Cut to Dante and Randall silently cleaning up with their backs to each other. Dante places a mop in the corner, and Randall pulls on his coat.
They're at the stuff that got broken. Floor looks clean.
Need a ride?
Got one. Just pulled up.
You work tomorrow?
Same time. What about you?
I'm calling out. Gonna hit the hospital, see how Caitlin is, then try to see Veronica.
You want to grab something to eat tomorrow night after I get out of here?
I'll call you, let you know.
All right. Good luck with Veronica. If you want, I can talk to her, I'll explain.
No thanks. I'll take care of it. We got a lot of shit to talk about.
Hell of a day.
To say the least.
Do you need a hug or something? Because, I'd have no hang-ups about hugging you, You being a guy and I'll just don't need my ass when you do it.
Get the fuck out of here already.
I'm gone. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Randall exits. A second later, he re-enters and tosses Dante the sheet again. The sheet sign.
You're closed.
He exits. Dante pushes the sign from open to close. Dante climbs behind the counter. He pops the register open and starts counting the drawer out. The door is heard opening. Dante is counting out the register and not looking up.
Would you forget something? Oh, I'm sorry, we're closed.
A gunshot blasts. Dante flies back, his chest exploding. He stares ahead and slumps to the floor. John walks behind the counter, stepping over Dante's body on the floor, and takes the money out of the register. He grabs a paper bag and jabs the money in it. He grabs handfuls of change, shoves it in his pocket, and then quickly exits the frame. Dante continues to lie on the floor. The credits roll. At the credits end, the door is heard opening again. A customer comes to the counter and stands there. He waits, looks around for a clerk, and looks down the aisle.
Oh, will help.
No reply. He looks around again and glances at the door to make sure nobody's coming in. Then he reaches behind the counter and grabs a pack of cigarettes. He leaves. The end. Wow, what a dark original ending.
Yeah.
That is super dark.
Wow.
Very.
But he's such a dick, so, Oops, did I say that?
All right.
Travis, you're adorable for not wanting to say cunt. I think
Especially
was
since
like-
I had just done that whole monologue.
I know. I wasn't even realizing that. I was like, I go into that part. I'm like, oh yeah. That's why I went right back in. I'm like, I'm just gonna go back in and just say it. I'm like, screw it.
go for it. Oh my god. That was so much fun, guys.
That
Thank
was
you.
great.
Again, Jack.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jack. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Jack.
Thanks, Jack.
Let me stop the recording.